Hi there, my name is Nikki. I'm here to talk to you about the new regulation from CPSIA, how it impacts you, and how you can learn more about it to see what you do or don't need to do regarding the new changes that are in effect as of January 1st, 2012. The first question to ask yourself is whether or not your garments or items will be produced and sold for children ages 12 and under. If the answer is no, no further information or action is needed on your behalf besides obtaining and documenting the tracking label information as to the components that are put on that garment. For any information on this, you can check out our learning library at support.silkscreeningsupplies.com. And you can also Google or search online with a search engine of your choice, CPSIA and the regulations on how they impact you. We do, however, have all the articles and all the links as soon as we receive the information uploaded directly to our learning library site. Again, that's support.silkscreeningsupplies.com, and you can search by keyword CPSIA. You'll find many articles in there. Make sure you read them over. Ryonet and International Coatings, the maker of these wonderful plastisol inks, have partnered together to create a very simple and easy to understand flowchart regarding these new CPSIA regulations. Now, one thing to ask yourself, in addition to if you're going to be producing the items for children 12 and under, is whether or not they're actually going to be worn for children 3 and under. The difference between if it's 12 and under or 3 and under is that there's additional testing required if the garment will be worn by a toddler or child that's ages 3 and under. With 12 and under, you actually have to test only for phthalates. And with 3 and under, you have to test for phthalates and lead. Now, anytime you're doing these testings, of course, there's certified labels that have to go on the garment that also document the tracking of all the items that are put onto the garment. Again, you can look at our learning library. You'll find additional information there. One thing to also consider is how you're documenting all of the information regarding the labels and the components that are being put on that garment. In other words, perhaps International Coatings, the maker of the ink, then sells the ink to Ryonet. We then sell the ink to you, the customer, and then you put that on a garment and sell it to your customer. Ultimately, the responsibility is on the customer that last touched and put an item on the garment and then sold it. Therefore, it is surely your responsibility to do the testing and also obtain a tracking label for any of the components that are going on the garment. One exclusionary clause that does exist with this new regulation, however, is if you are a small producer. So if you actually only produce very small quantities of garments that are going on and being resold, then you can look online for the additional information regarding this and see if you do or don't qualify. If you are a manufacturer or producer of any type of rhinestone or other embellishment that's going on a garment that might potentially be sold to a child ages 12 and under or 3 and under, again, you do also have to have those components tested as well. You can check with the manufacturer to see if they've actually provided testing through one of these certified and accredited labs so they can provide you with a certificate of conformity. The certificate of conformity is actually what you are after. And again, you can look at this information online through our learning library, or you can check out cpsc.gov for all the eligibility requirements and additional qualifying criteria to see if you qualify for the exclusionary clause as a small producer. Of course, anytime there are changes, there are questions involved as well. We're here to help you and simply provide you with the resources and information that we can pass along to you as soon as we receive it as well. International Coatings is still in the process of verifying and testing all their components. Any certificates that they can provide to us, we will then of course let you know. Feel free to check back with us by submitting a help ticket at support.silkscreeningsupplies.com. Or you can give us a call and we can point you to some web resources. Again, if you do have any questions, we're here to help you. In summary, these changes impact you in the following ways. Any component being put on a garment needs to be tested for phthalates and lead if it's going to a child that's 3 and under. If the child's 12 and under, then you just need to test it for phthalates. And if you're silk screening or putting any embellishment on any garment that's going not to a child 12 and under, then you still just need to have the tracking label and information. A book of business needs to be kept so you know where all the components came from that are put on the shirt. And that actually has to be put on the shirt. No tags, nothing else. Again, if you have additional questions, please feel free to check our website or our learning library.